Later today, the RBNZ will deliver its monetary policy statement, fronted for the first time by acting Governor Caretaker Christian Hawksby. The Herald's business editor-at-large, Liam Dann, is with me now. Hey, Liam. So we are expecting, by all accounts, a 25 basis point cut today, but we also get meat on the bones with the MPS, right?
Yeah, that's the exciting bit. Big day for the economics nerds. We get the first set of full forecasts and a projected rate track for where the interest rates might be going over the next year or two since February. So since Donald Trump turned the world upside down, basically.
And then kind of fixed it again.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So like late April, I was out there going, we need to cut by 50. We need to cut by 50. You know, we need to get ahead of the curve and kickstart this recovery.
Captain Panic Pants over here.
Yeah, but my caveat was that I hoped I was wrong, and I hoped that I was wrong because things went a bit better than they were looking at the time. And since then, markets have calmed down a bit. We've seen the China and the US sort of come back from the brink. UK's done their deal, and New Zealand's got all this sort of strong dairy prices, strong beef prices, good kiwi fruit. You know, so there's some good things happening in the economy. It still feels pretty tough in the cities, particularly. So it's not like we're sort of booming or anything, and people are still doing it very tough. But I think we'll see, a cautious approach, 25 basis points, and then maybe a little bit lower than what was predicted in February for the cuts ahead for the rest of the year.
And all of that basically is now predicated on, by the way, overnight the Chinese industrial profit was out, and that was up for April, year on year and month on month. What is it? Are they looking at the international situation now mainly in terms of that forward track?
Yeah, that's the big variable.
Yeah.
So the international situation is basically completely unpredictable in the sense, well, as far as you can go predicting what Donald Trump's going to say or do, right? So I guess we can assume he's going to take things to the brink, try and do deals. I wouldn't be surprised to see some more sort of heart and mouth moments for investors on markets in the coming weeks, because most of these big tariffs have just been delayed. They still have to sort of work it through. So that's a variable that the Reserve Bank economists just can't put a number on yet. So they'll be very cautious about emphasising just how uncertain their forecasts are, that they could change.
Well, what kind of governor will, he's just a caretaker. I don't want to say just a caretaker, but he is a caretaker. Do you think he just kind of keeps the seat warm and follows the plan?
Well, he's a very sort of calm, stable kind of guy, Christian Hawksby. I guess you'd say quite a contrast to Adrian Orr in the sense that Adrian, we'll see Christian at the press conference today, fronting for the first time. At those press conferences, Adrian was often quite combative, very
annoying.
Witty. Well, he was witty and funny as well, but in some ways this is going to be less fun for the journalists because Christian.
But that's what you want out of a Reserve
Yeah,
Bank
well,
governor,
that's right.
You want boring and bland.
Yeah, depends whether you're trying to get a headline.
Liam, you'll have plenty of those today. We appreciate you
Cheers.
coming on the show. That's Liam Dann, who is the New Zealand Herald's business editor-at-large. The Herald will, of course, have full coverage of the OCR later this afternoon. We'll have a live blog from 2 p.m, which you can check out, and the Reserve Bank Governor, as Liam mentioned, Christian Hawksby, will address the media. That will be live streamed at nzherald.co.nz from 3 o'clock.